Hello Goffstown, hello New Hampshire, hello America. This is Double D Sports Banter. I'm David Wright. That's Dylan Skinner. And we're here to bring you the latest on Goffstown High School sports news.
Be sure to check out our Twitter page at Double D Sports. We're also seen on YouTube on my YouTube channel and, of course, here on Goffstown Television.
And our first topic, like always, is Grizzlies football team. 3-3 on the season. Last time we checked in with you guys, they were 2-2. They actually went up 3-2, so we'll talk about the Winnicott game first. The Grizzlies struggled.
In the beginning.
Yeah, in the beginning. They went down 21-0. Here's Winnicott with a short touchdown pass to go up 20-0. But the Grizzlies fought back. Connor Bork with a run up the right side to pull the Grizzlies within 21-19. Bork had a good game.
He did.
He definitely had a good game. He was able to carry the Grizzlies all afternoon long. But the Grizzlies were able to take the lead, 31-27. Casey Gervais to Paul Texera in the right corner. And here we have Gervais again running up the right side for the put-away touchdown, 44-27. Gervais and Bork, both of them had great games for the Grizzlies. And they should be proud of the adversity they faced and how they could come back from it.
I agree. As Coach Huff calls them, they're both home run hitters, capable of producing big plays when they need them.
So that was a good win for them.
Yep, and moving on to the Bedford game, Goffstown had a tough game. They played Bedford, probably one of the better teams in the state. Ended up losing 17-10, but still played really well. They had trouble moving the ball in the second half, but still they played well. A great side on the defensive side, and played well against Brock Hines, his dad, the other team's coach in Bedford. So they played well there.
Bedford undefeated, so a very tough team.
And we also got a chance to talk with Coach Huff about those two games, and let's see what he had to say.
We are here with Coach Huff. Now, Coach, we'll start with the Winnicott game.
Sure.
Now, you guys were down 21-0, and ended up winning 50-34. I mean, what is that? The comeback and your team, facing adversity. What does that say about you guys?
I guess it says that we're resilient. Was pleased with the comeback. Obviously, not pleased with the start. The 21-0. I mean, it was a nightmare early on. When it kind of came to play, that was part of it. But then also, we just were making mistakes, and just our focus wasn't there. I didn't think we were just looking sharp and ready to play. Division I, every game is a tough game, so you can't kind of be coasting on any game. So the start was lousy, but we bounced back pretty good. We stopped making mistakes, and then we have some playmakers that started making plays. So that was really kind of what we were able to do in the second half.
Moving on to the Bedford game, 17-10, tough game. They had some troubles moving the ball in the second half. What can you take from that?
Probably, pleased in that we played competitively against a good team, which they certainly are. But looking at the film, I mean, there were a lot of mistakes that were made. Just a lot of mistakes we can't be making at this point in the season. Between turning the ball over, poor blocking, poor route running, bad decisions at quarterback, and kind of all across the board that I didn't think would be happening at this point in the season. Having said that, still pleased with the effort overall, and the way the kids fought in the game was great. And then I thought the crowd was great. Goffstown fans in particular traveled big time to Bedford, showed up, and it was really a great atmosphere. So it was a fun night, outcome aside.
Now, after playing arguably one of the best teams in the state, what can you expect from a winless Manchester Central squad next week?
Well, they're not winless anymore. They beat Dover. They were beating them 43-0 at halftime.
Okay.
So they are, unfortunately, they're a team that gets better as the year goes along every year. So I wish we had played them the first couple of weeks of the season. Right now, they're starting to peak. So they're a very tough team. They're very big, much bigger than we are. They're strong. They got a couple of playmakers that are concerning. So it'll be tough. We need to show up. We need to practice well. We need to play well. We can't make mistakes like we've been doing.
We have 3 games left in the schedule.
Yep.
Maybe there's a chance at the playoffs. What's the mentality moving forward?
There is still a shot at the playoffs. But even if that were to not happen, we're still looking at, right now we're at 3 wins. We're 3-3. If we can beat Manchester Central, anytime you can beat one of the bigger schools in the state with a history like Central has, that's a huge thing for your program. And then that would give us over 500. So now we have a winning record. And then the following week it'll be the same thing. Can we get to 5 wins for the first time in our history for a Division I team? So we're looking really to improve off of last season. I think we're on a good track. So we need to kind of recharge, refresh, and really attack it these next 3 weeks. I'd love to win the last 3 games.
Okay. Thank you for your time. That's all we have. We'll be sure to catch up with you next 2 weeks.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you very much, Coach Huff, for the interview. Greatly appreciated. And now changing gears to boys soccer. 8-4 on the season. Currently holding down 6th place in Division 2. Playing well right now.
Yeah, I think so. We've been able to score the ball a lot recently. Game against Hollis last week, not bad. We fought after a homecoming game. We fought.
Lost
Ended
2-1
up
in
losing
OT. But it's best team in state, and there's no shame losing to them. We've also beat Milford and Plymouth, lesser teams in our division, but they're wins we should get.
Quality wins that we're going to need the points to come later in the season, come playoff time.
And now Sam Heidenreich and Peter Steck, which have been playing great up top for us.
Yep.
2 goal scorers and snipers that we have.
Colin Gonzalez controlling the play in the midfield. In the back, the new change, Jake Gagnon, moved him from striker to defense. Definitely changed it, maybe. I think improved our defense.
Ben Bars, Brendan Hall, and Brendan Pouliot are also holding down the defense. And Max Chambers in net.
Sensational year.
Yeah, probably doesn't get as much credit as he should get in film sessions. Our coach definitely doesn't like to show the positives, but he's having a good year as well. So we definitely wanted to make sure we mentioned his name.
Yeah, I think he maybe has a chance at All-State team.
Oh, I think so. We actually also had highlights from a couple of these games, so let's take a look.
Here we have early on in the Hollis game, Colin Gonzalez with a goal from out. And here's the Plymouth game.
Yes,
Kyle Okor with a rip that went right by the goalie. Nice goal for him.
Will has said handball.
Here's Sam Heinrich's first goal against Plymouth. Nice pass. He's right on one with the goalie, and he puts it in the back of the net. Great goal for him.
Probably one of Sam's best games.
I agree with that. And Brendan Hall with a pass to
Good individual
defender.
play, yeah.
Up again to Sam Heinrich, who again, same exact spot in the net, puts Goffstown up 2-0 again. And those are 2 quality wins for us.
2 quality wins, or well,
1 quality win.
1 quality win. Hollis maybe should have been a win. Let's. It's a touchy subject for us. Let's not go there. But Plymouth is a good win, 3-0 at home. There's definitely one we should got. We got 4 games remaining.
Yep.
Hopefully we can win out. We have the potential for 2 home playoff games if we win out. Right now we're in position for 1 home playoff game, but we play the likes of Wyndham, Sohegan, and Conval coming down the stretch, all Division 2 powers, and I think we could do pretty well.
I think we hope to think so.
Time will tell, but we have confidence in ourselves and our teammates, and we'll see how it goes.
Yep.
Storybook! They make movies over this, folks!
And our next topic on this evening is the girls volleyball team. Probably, actually definitely, the best team in Goffstown right now.
I'd agree.
With a record of 11-3, they're streaking really, really well. 9, they've won 9 of their last 10. Tough loss to undefeated Merrimack, and they have undefeated Pinkerton next on their schedule. There's been stellar play from Renee Rogenbuck and Kayleen Bertrand, and they've been able to win countless games, and they're 4th place right now, fighting for possibly two home playoff games. Definitely one is in the cards, so it's going to be great to watch them come down the stretch.
Oh yeah, I agree. And now on to field hockey. Field hockey is 4-9 on the season. They've lost 4 straight, so they are struggling a little bit. Injuries to Ellie Sudak, Alicia Manick, and Libby St. Jean certainly haven't helped the team, but I mean, you don't want to make excuses.
That's true.
But coming into the season, Jess Brown, I knew they had the potential for anything. Right now, the Grizzlies are jockeying for playoff position. They will have to go on the road for some playoffs if they do make it. But it's high school sports, so
anything can happen on any day.
Really, any team can be any team on any given day. So we'll kind of just see what happens with field hockey. We were able to catch up with junior defender Katie Busiak, the very long-winded, elaborate Katie Busiak. So why don't we take a look at that interview?
Hello, we're here with starting defense person Katie Busiak on the Goffstown field hockey team. Now you guys are 4-8 on the season. You lost 3 straight. What have you guys been struggling with recently?
Probably working together.
Okay. How is, I know you can't go into too many specifics about it, but how has the recent disciplinary issue of goalie Brianna Fournier kind of affected the team overall?
We've had to come like together more and work together more, and probably like just adjust to having a different goalie and working off her differently.
And what role has Coach Jess Brown played in that process?
She,
As far as leadership wise and whatnot.
I think she's handling it good and not putting too much thought into it, and just trying to go forward into the season and keep us going at a good pace.
Okay. Now on the same topic, had a lot of injuries recently. How's that affecting you guys?
Again, adjusting and having to work closer together and just adjust to it and get past it.
As far as playoffs go, you guys are gonna have to go on the road first round. I mean, kind of what's your mindset going into the playoffs?
I think if we work together and focus more during practices, we could be strong in playoffs, and just as probably make it to the championship game if we focus hard and work hard.
Okay. Well, that's all we have. So we thank you for joining us and catch up with you soon.
We thank her very much for joining us.
It's a pleasure to have.
The bottom line is the field hockey team is having a tough season. It doesn't help when you're losing on the field. But now the off the field issue, losing the starting goalie, certainly can't help the girls.
It's tough on a team. I know. I wouldn't want to experience that if I was on any sports team ever. So.
But the thing is, they got good leadership, starting from the top of Jess Brown.
That's true.
I don't know many other coaches I want to lead my team through that tough circumstance. So they're definitely in a good position structure-wise. So.
And like we said, it's high school sports, so anything can happen.
Anything really can happen. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with them, and we'll definitely be rooting for them. All right. We are here with first-year girls soccer head coach Matt Wiley. Now, Coach, what is the biggest adjustment you've made in your first year at the high school level?
Going from club coaching to high school, it's a little different expectations. The girls aren't playing soccer year round, so getting them into it and getting as many touches as possible, and just being able to reach all those different kind of styles of learning, whether it be it's just like the classroom, whether it be a visual learner, or they have to walk through it, mapping it out on a dry erase board, or seeing it with film, just trying to reach all those different learners and help them learn the game and get cohesive as a unit.
And how have captains Nicole Nanoff and Georgia Kane kind of eased the leadership burden on you?
They've done very well. Since it takes me a little while to get here after school, they've done well to step up and get the team organized and do the workout sessions before we get out and we kick off for our training sessions outside. So they've done very well to step in there and almost lead by example too. They don't necessarily have to do too much of the verbal, but it's kind of show them.
Now, speaking of Nicole Nanoff, we had her on one of our earlier episodes, and she said you've brought a lot of new technical changes to this year's team. Can you expand on that a little bit?
I think that's just something I carried over probably from the club background in Seacoast, especially. Just working on technique, as simple as passing the ball or striking the ball, and how to properly set your body and so that you're ready to receive the ball or ready to properly strike the ball on net. It seems like some of the girls, they have other parts of the game. I think that might be kind of push them to the next level.
I know you guys are 7-5-1 on the season. Won 2 of your last 3, a mini run here. What's been going right, and also what's been tripping up a little bit?
We're doing well to understand as to how we're going to score goals now. I mean, we're going to possess the ball through midfield, knock it wide, and see if we can win some end lines and get on the other end of that. I think we understand that we're not necessarily have to rely on one girl, which is kind of a good thing. It's a team effort. But I think the girls clearly know that we need to maintain that for 80 minutes. 50 minutes is not good enough. 60 minutes is not good enough, and we found it out kind of the hard way here a couple of times.
Yeah.
So season's coming down to a close. You guys are right in the hunt for a home playoff game. What's your mentality moving forward these next couple games?
I think we just have to take advantage of every chance that we get, especially on our home field. We need to establish some dominance here and find a way to get 4 points. Today wasn't pretty, but we found a way to get 4 points. And I told the girls today, a win is a win is a win. And got to keep moving up that leaderboard, see if we can get ourselves a home spot.
Okay. Well, that's all the questions we have for you today, but maybe we'll catch up with you come playoff time. Thank you.
Thank you very much for joining us.
No
Yeah,
problem. Thank you for having me.
Thank you very much, Coach Wiley. It was a pleasure to have you in studio, and we look forward to talking to you during playoff time. And transitioning to our next topic, we have a cross-country team. They had a recent meet at St. A's. It was their first home meet in a while. The team was led by Matt Shaw, Cody Murphy, and sophomore Jackson Brannon. They all ran well, and maybe they'll come down the stretch and do well in their next couple meets.
Most definitely. And now on to the golf team. The golf team finished 14th out of 15 teams at the Division II state championship. Probably not the finish they were looking for, but in individual highlights, junior Taylor Post shot a 79 to lead the Grizzlies. So we commend him on that, and it was a job well done by the Grizzlies. But that's all we have for today's episode. And our next episode will come in the middle of playoff time for many of the fall teams. So things are heating up, folks, and definitely be sure to join us next episode. We look forward to seeing you all. So
Keep on keeping on.